For people over 60, consuming large amounts of certain fruits can have unwanted effects on the pancreas, raising blood sugar and putting stress on the kidneys. Especially if you're taking medication or living with diabetes, heart problems, or a weakened immune system. You might be thinking, it's just fruit, how can it be bad? In fact, a serving of some fruits can deliver 20 to 30 grams of sugar directly into your bloodstream, the same as drinking a can of soda. However, it's important to note that the sugar in fruit is natural and comes with other nutrients. So if you notice unusual symptoms after eating a particular fruit, like swollen feet after eating watermelon, dizziness after drinking a mango smoothie, or high blood pressure despite eating a healthy diet, it may be time to review the fruits in your diet and adjust your portion sizes accordingly. Let's start with the first fruit that can be doing some nasty things to your body without you even knowing it. Fruit 1. Pineapple. You've always heard that pineapple helps digestion, right? It's sweet, tropical, and even recommended after meals. But what if that same pineapple is secretly irritating the digestive system it's supposed to help, especially after age 65? Let me break it down. Pineapple contains an enzyme called bromelain. While it can be helpful in small amounts, in older adults with sensitive stomachs or acid reflux, it can cause discomfort or irritation to the stomach lining. Combined with its natural acidity and sugar content, pineapple can be a silent culprit for bloating, heartburn, or even stomach pain after meals. Have you ever felt a heaviness or burning sensation in your chest after eating pineapple, especially canned pineapple or pineapple juice? That's not just getting old, it's your stomach saying, that's too much. And here's the hidden danger. Most older people eat pineapple because they think it's a laxative. But over time, especially when eaten in large quantities or on an empty stomach, it can irritate the stomach lining and potentially aggravate conditions like gastritis or ulcers in some susceptible people, without you even realizing it. You don't have to give up pineapple altogether, but reduce your portion sizes and eat it with meals, not as a standalone snack. If this surprised you, or if you've experienced any of these symptoms after eating pineapple, comment 1 below. Let's see how many of us need to rethink this golden fruit. Fruit 2. Grapes. They're small, sweet, and easy to snack on. You might think, it's just fruit, what's wrong with that? But the truth is, grapes may be one of the most sugar-spiking fruits you can eat after 60. Let me help you figure this out. Grapes are mostly sugar and water, but they also provide some vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. In fact, a small handful of grapes can provide as much sugar as half a glass of soda. And because they're bite-sized, older adults often eat too many without realizing it. Now think back. Have you ever felt a little lightheaded or sleepy after eating a bowl of grapes? Or perhaps your energy plummeted an hour later? That's your blood sugar spiking, then crashing, leaving you tired, foggy-headed, or even cranky. Here's the hidden danger. Unlike candy, grapes are trusted, so they're often acquitted in the diets of most older adults. But repeated spikes in blood sugar, especially if you have diabetes or prediabetes, can silently damage your nerves, kidneys, and even vision over time. That doesn't mean you need to ban grapes from your life, but count them no more than 10 at a time and never eat them on an empty stomach. If you've ever had a healthy snack of grapes and felt worse afterward, comment 2 below. You're not alone, and this little fruit may not be as harmless as it seems. Let's pause for a moment. If you've ever popped a handful of grapes without thinking, it's okay. Most of us have. This isn't about blame. It's about seeing clearly what your body needs now, not decades ago. You don't need to fear fruit. Just choose it wisely. And speaking of sweet choices from the past, what if the fruit that brought you the most joy as a child is now quietly draining your energy as an adult? Let's talk about mango. Fruit 3. Mango. Remember those summer afternoons with slices of ripe mango? The soft golden flesh, the sticky sweet fingers, the joy. But what was once a childhood comfort may now be silently attacking your pancreas. Let me explain. Mangoes are one of the fruits with the highest sugar content. Just one medium-sized mango can contain more than 45 grams of natural sugar. For a healthy young person, that may not be a big deal, but for someone over 60, especially those with a slower metabolism or pre-diabetes, it's dangerous. Have you ever noticed that unquenchable thirst, or that sluggish, sleepy feeling after a mango smoothie? That could be your blood sugar spiking and staying high. Here's what we don't want to hear. Excess sugar from fruits, like mangoes, can silently overload your insulin response, stress your pancreas, and contribute to long-term damage. Especially in older adults, it can exacerbate fatigue, increase belly fat, and silently push you closer to type 2 diabetes. If you still love mangoes, eat them as dessert, half a slice, not a whole fruit, and never pair them with yogurt or sugary juice. If mangoes were a part of your childhood, but this has you thinking again, comment 3 below. Let's see how many of us are only just learning this hidden truth. Fruit 4. Watermelon. You reach for watermelon on hot days because it feels clean, light, and hydrating. But here's the question: is it cooling your body or quietly stressing your heart? Let me explain. Watermelon is over 90% water, but it's also high in natural sugars, and worse, it causes fluid retention in some seniors. That means your body holds on to more water than it should, and if you have heart problems or take blood pressure meds, that extra fluid adds pressure to your cardiovascular system. Ever feel like your legs are heavier after a summer barbecue? Or that your ankles swell at night even though you didn't eat salty food? Watermelon might be part of the puzzle. And because it feels healthy, most seniors eat large portions, 2 or 3 slices at once. That's a fast hit of sugar and fluid, which can quietly worsen edema, fatigue, or even shortness of breath in older adults with heart conditions. You don't need to eliminate watermelon, just reduce it. One small triangle, paired with protein, not alone. And avoid eating it before bed. If your legs ever felt heavy after watermelon, comment 4 below. This fruit may not be as light as you thought. Let's take a moment. If you've reached for watermelon on a hot day or added coconut oil to your breakfast, it doesn't mean you've done something wrong. We all trust what feels natural, clean, and light. But after 60, our bodies change, and so should our choices. This isn't about guilt. It's about finally learning which healthy habits might be holding us back. Now that we've looked at how too much water can burden your heart, what about too much fat, even from something as natural as coconut? Let's keep going. Fruit 5. Coconut. Coconut water, coconut oil, desiccated coconut. It's everywhere these days, touted as a superfood, praised by health gurus. But here's the question no one's asking. Is coconut really safe for older adults with heart problems or poor digestion? Let me break it down for you. Coconut may be natural, but it's not light. The oil and flesh are high in saturated fat, the kind that can secretly raise your LDL cholesterol, especially if your metabolism has slowed with age. Even coconut water, refreshing as it may be, can be too high in potassium for older adults with kidney problems. or who are taking diuretics. And while it doesn't taste salty, coconut can contribute to fluid retention, which puts extra strain on the heart. Have you ever felt bloated, sluggish, or had diarrhea after eating desiccated coconut or using coconut oil in your meals? That's because your digestive system is trying to process the stubborn fat. The danger here isn't dramatic, it's slow and insidious. Coconut doesn't scream danger like bacon or potato chips, but for an aging body, too much coconut can build up inflammation, raise cholesterol, and silently work against your blood vessels. Enjoying coconut occasionally is fine, but after 60, consider it a snack, not a daily health food. If you've ever added coconut because you thought it was good for your heart, comment 5 below. Fruit 6. Grapefruit and blood oranges. They look great, they taste fresh, bright, and are packed with vitamin C. But if you're taking blood pressure medication, cholesterol medication, or any medication for anxiety or sleep, you need to hear this. Grapefruit, blood oranges, and even grapefruits often belong to a family of citrus fruits that contain a natural compound called furanocoumarin. Sounds harmless, right? But this compound can secretly interfere with the liver enzymes that metabolize many common medications. What does that mean? Your body isn't breaking down the medication properly. Instead, too much of it builds up. Or worse, it stops working altogether. Have you ever taken your medication regularly, but your blood pressure still spikes? Or you feel unusually dizzy, weak, or tired? The citrus fruit you drank this morning may have prevented your medication from working. And here's the worrying thing, many older people never learn this. The warning is often in very small print, if at all. You don't have to give up citrus fruits completely. Oranges and lemons are generally safe. But avoid grapefruit, blood oranges, and pomelos if you're taking any prescription medications, especially for heart disease, cholesterol, or anxiety. Always check with your doctor or pharmacist. If you're taking medication and don't know about this fruit interaction, comment 6 below. A small piece of fruit could be quietly undermining your treatment. Let's take a breath. If you've ever enjoyed a pomelo or sipped a fresh citrus juice with your meds, you're not alone. Most people are never warned. This isn't about fear. It's about finally seeing the full picture. Because sometimes, it's not just one big fruit. It's the tiny ones, the ones we pop in our mouths without thinking, that quietly build up harm. Ready to take a closer look at those innocent little snacks in your pantry? Let's keep going. Fruit 7. Raisins and dried fruit. They're small, they're sweet. They're easy to sprinkle on oatmeal or nibble on between meals. But dried fruits like raisins, dates, and dried apricots can be the most insidious sugar bombs hiding in the diets of older adults. Let me help you understand. When fruit is dried, all the water is removed, but the sugar remains concentrated. Just a quarter cup of raisins contains more than 25 grams of sugar, the equivalent of about a candy bar. Worse yet, it's easy to overeat. Because they're small, many older adults often grab handfuls without realizing they're dumping sugar into their bloodstream every afternoon. Have you ever felt a strange dip in energy after snacking on dried fruit? Or noticed your blood sugar spike the next time you check your blood sugar even though you've been eating healthy? Here's the sneaky truth. The sugar from dried fruit can cause repeated insulin spikes, which are especially dangerous in older adults. It can worsen fatigue, trigger inflammation, and over time, silently contribute to nerve damage, weight gain, or even vision changes. You don't have to cut them out completely, but treat dried fruit like candy. Eat 3 to 5 pieces, not a handful, and never pair it with yogurt or sweetened juice. If you used to think dried fruit was a healthy snack but now see it differently, comment 7 below. Sometimes it's the little habits that do the most damage over time. Before you grab that next piece of fruit, take a quiet moment. Ask yourself a few gentle questions, not to blame yourself, but to truly listen to your body. Am I taking any medications that this fruit might quietly interfere with? Is it overly sweet, dried, or juiced in a way that removes the fiber and concentrates the sugar? Am I about to eat more than a handful or more than I really need? And most importantly, how do I usually feel after eating it? These may seem like simple questions, but after 60, small habits have big effects. Your body becomes more honest. It tells you more clearly when something isn't working, even if it once did. A fruit that made you feel energized at 40 may now leave you feeling bloated or foggy at 70. The same slice, the same snack, but a different body. This isn't about cutting out joy or fearing your food. It's about choosing what truly supports the life you want to keep living. Because at this stage, even one smart decision, one better bite, can make all the difference. And you deserve that clarity, that strength, that steadiness. Now that you know what to look for, your next bite can be a thoughtful one. Not perfect, just a little wiser. And that, sometimes, is enough. You know, sometimes it's not age that brings us down. It's the quiet habits we've carried with us, thinking they were good, safe, even healing. But as we get older, the body becomes more sensitive, more honest. What once gave us energy may now drain it. What once felt harmless may now carry risks we never imagined. That doesn't mean we've done something wrong. It just means we're living in a new season, and it's time to listen closer. This isn't about fear. It's not about throwing away every fruit you once loved. It's about understanding your body with fresh eyes and treating it with the wisdom it's earned. You don't need to give up everything sweet or familiar. You just need to know when to pause, when to ask, and when to choose a little differently. And when you do, something beautiful happens. Your body responds, your energy lifts, your mind feels clearer, and you start to trust your choices again. So if something in this video made you think, made you reflect, don't keep it to yourself. Comment below with the number that surprised you most. Maybe it's 2, maybe it's 5, maybe it's all of them. Share this video with someone you care about. Someone who deserves to feel stronger, steadier, and more supported in their everyday choices. And if you're ready for more honest, gentle, science-backed guidance like this, subscribe to our channel. Because here at HEALZO, we believe small awareness can lead to big change. And your health story isn't over yet. It's just beginning, a wiser chapter.